Hey, in this video I'm going to show you how I bent this piece of PVC here with an offset and a box offset. And the tools that I use to do it, I'm going to use a few different methods for a heat source, and I'll show you how I bend them. Coming right up. So the things that we're going to need to do this are a heat source, and I have several of them shown here. I'm going to show you how I can use any of these. And then we're going to need a damp rag, some good gloves, piece of pipe, and some glue to connect it. So I have this PVC spray lock. I'm going to get to this in a little bit. So I got this pipe coming in right here from outside, and I want to bend an offset to get it to this stud over here and up to a box up there. So I'm going to take this piece of 3/4 inch PVC, I'm going to heat it up and bend an offset into it. So I'll start off, I'll show you one of the cheapest ways, just a propane torch. You gotta be, somewhat careful with this so you don't burn it. You want to keep the flame moving the whole time. So I'm just going to come up a little bit and heat up right here and bend one bend of my offset. Keep the flame away and keep the pipe moving, keep the flame moving. You don't want to burn this. It gives off some nasty chemicals when it's burnt. You can see the pipe starting to sag a little bit. It's getting close to being pliable enough. It also gets a little bit of a shiny sheen to it when it starts to get soft. What I want to do is put a 30-degree bend in this, which I'm just going to kind of eyeball. Like so. And then take a cool damp rag. It helps to squeeze this way a little bit, because when you want to bend it, it wants to flatten that out. So if you squeeze top to bottom here, that helps keep it from getting deformed. So there's my first bend. That's going to go like this. Now I want to make my second bend up here. First, so let's glue this coupling on here. I'm going to use this stuff. It's PVC Spray lock, so it's not actually glue. It's a brand new product. They sent it to me to try it out. I'm not getting paid for this, so I'll give it my honest review. Just spray the pipe, spray the coupling, spray the coupling, push it on, twist it. It's already set up. Okay, for this one, I'm going to use a heat gun just to show you the difference. But I also have a couple more methods I'm going to show you at the end of this video. So I'll offset this over, so I want to put my heat right in here. You want to make sure the section you heat is long enough so you don't kink the pipe over. If I only heated this one section, that pipe would just kink right over when I tried to bend it. There we go, she's getting there now. Turn it a smidge. So stick that in there. Get it right where I want it. Remember, kind of squeeze it this way so it doesn't get flattened out. I'll just use that rag to cool it down. It'll harden right back up and keep that bend. Okay, I got my offset down below bent to come up alongside this stud, but now I want to bend a little box offset to get back into that connector. This box is going to be for my cable from my house, my coax cable to get out to the barn here. So for this one, I'm going to use this PVC heater blanket to Greenlee. Now I don't want to heat this last little bit. I don't want that to be deformed. So I want that to be able to go glue up tight in that connector. So I'm going to just drop it down a little bit. Okay, I've had this blanket on here for about 10 minutes probably, and it's soft. It's definitely warm. Now I just want to make that box offset, which is just a little soft offset to get back from the side of the stud over, you know, 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch to that connector. And that blanket was long enough I can make this whole bend with one heat spot. Okay, I already glued that coupling on. Now I'm going to glue this. Okay, I want to show you this. I just glued this in like 2 minutes ago and I can't pull the pipe out, so I think this stuff works very well. It's in there. Well, those first few heat sources were more for smaller pipe, like 1/2 inch to 1 inch maybe. That PVC heating blanket was good up to 1.5 inches. If you wanted to do 2 inch or bigger, you'd probably need a hot box like this. This one will go up to 2 inch. There's bigger ones that'll go up to 4 inch, or maybe even more. I'm not sure, but I thought I had a piece of 2 inch conduit here, but it says 2.5, so it doesn't fit in this box. But I do have a piece of 2 inch drain pipe. I'll use that instead to show you how this one works. The drawback with these is they are quite expensive. It's probably not something a homeowner is going to use unless you could possibly go to a rental shop and rent one. That and this particular one, it has a 20 amp cord cap on it, so one of the prongs was twisted sideways, so you got to make sure you have a 20 amp plug for this. Just give it a little rotation here and there. Make sure it heats nice and evenly. So while we're waiting for this to heat up, I'm going to talk about this PVC spray and lock again. It's by Vapco. Like I said, they're not paying me for a sponsorship or anything, but they did send me this free can of product to try out, and honestly it worked great. I used it for that conduit and just sprayed it on both sides and stuck it in, and it was solid in just a few seconds. So I'm gonna keep using it. So you can see the ends are starting to sag. It's about ready. put it back in because it's not very soft right here in the center, just here and there. So put it back in and I'm going to slide it down a little bit. Let it finish cooking. Okay, so I don't think you want to try and bend a really tight 90, but if you just wanted to make a nice sweep or maybe a 45, something like that. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. There's some more good videos here in this card and this card. So for all those tools that I used and the Vapco, I'll have a link in the description below if you want to check them out.